I do believe we are back. Yay, we're back. Okay, just make sure to save the darn vehicle. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, everyone. Me, I'm professional tubular, as me say. It's just my internet conks out for a moment there. And it crashed XSplit, so that's why it took a few minutes to get back. It's a shame, really, because as you can see, things got kind of interesting in those few minutes as well. So, oh well. Hopefully people realise it's back and they'll come back to watch me make a fool of myself. If not, no big. That's alright. I crave the attention. Or something. Anyway, yeah, let's get started. As you can see, I'm now getting peppered by laser fire, because in the few moments between the net actually going down and me noticing it had gone down, I got attacked by something that might be painful, so I'm not really equipped to deal with this guy. Gonna have to see how it goes. Also, my forward engine's not responding properly. Something's happened, but I don't know what. Oh well. Luckily, my side armor is enough to resist the laser at this range, so gonna see how this goes. Oh, and he didn't like my cruise missile. Well, I'm out of fuel, apparently. Oh well, this is. You did say you wanted to see what happens when I ditch in the water. Now you know. I've just ditched in the water. I need to replace my fuel silos. Go me. There we go. Get back up in the air. Come on. Up we go. Woo. Okay, let's kill this guy. Jeez. Yeah, the problem is I need to go low because I need to replenish my fuel supply. Yep, I think I've got him. Honestly, normally a guy like this would have probably killed me or something, but I think I'm killing him fairly effectively right now. I'm just going to sit here and pummel him until he gives up. I think that's the only fair way to go about it, really. Oh dear. This is going really well. Right, I need a bit more distance. I'm a bit too close. Oh, you missed it. Basically, they are 140mm inertia detonated frag shells. Kind of low velocity, so they're only good for short to mid-range, really. But if they hit, they pack enough punch to do some damage. You know what? I'm being stupid. Never mind sitting here peppering it with my side guns. Let's just move over and drop some bombs on him. That'll do the trick. So I don't blow my own bombs up. Oh, there we go. And it's dead anyway, so... Never mind. Freaking thing. Anyway, yeah, since you missed it, I got 1,700 resources from that. Okay. Here's the emergency shell that goes with that emergency cannon on the top here. It's composite head, twin frags. You can't see behind there, but they're set to 10 degrees blast. Then it's an inertial fuse set to 0, so any kind of deviation will detonate the shells. A base bleeder to reduce its powder cooldown time, and then treble gunpowder casing. But all of that only gives a shell with 344 meters per second velocity, so it's a bit on the slow side. But yeah, it's all right. It's effective out to just over 3 kilometers though. If I could actually hit something that far, but I can't because the gun just isn't built for it. So it's hard capped to I think it's about 2 kilometers range. Or it was. When I had 4 on the sides, they were, but they aren't right now, so... I'm going to have to double check that. Yeah, why is this barely working anymore? What's going on? Yes. When I hit you, it starts to edge me forward slowly, but... Okay, this seems to be a bit bugged. Unless I'm finding my reverse thrusters, but I don't think I am. No, I am not. Okay, I do not know why I'm going so slowly. Okay, apparently I've got full throttle on my cruise control, so there is that. Yeah, so I can cruise control, but I don't think I can actually use regular forward velocity. Yeah, regular forward velocity doesn't seem to be working. And now suddenly it is again, and it seems to be tied to my cruise control. What the hell's going on? Okay, I have no idea why this is doing this. I guess I'll just have to fly around on cruise control then, and because monkeying around trying to figure out what's broken, that's something that Lathrix does, so... Yeah, it is. Yeah, and yes, that is possible. Yeah, it's built on a light block because it's built around a 2-axis turret, so if you want a flexible 2-axis turret, you build out on a light block, so effectively it's hovering there. And then it can re-angle itself really well if it needs to. Stuff like that. Turn, thank you. And as for sharing power and things, if you mean actual physical engine power, no, that's not possible. You can, however, share battery reserves and ammunition and things like that. And you do that just by setting them up in the same resource group and having the docked turret take as much as it can from what the mothership's willing to offer it. So that'll keep your gun supplied. Now, time to give this guy some presents. Oh no, he's dead. Never mind. Damn it! I wanted to drop high explosive bombs on him. It didn't work out. Like, at all. So, But yeah, resource sharing mode can be used to shift things around. Yeah, if you're going to do that, I'm guessing the nuke's going to be self-guided kind of thing. If you're going to do that, you want to have electric power on the nuke, and you can supply that from your mothership. Come on, your AI dead. Why aren't you braking? Of course it's going to be difficult, isn't it? Let's check if that is actually AI dead.
Receiving.
Oh, I've captured it. Oh. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and scrap it then. Yep, scrap you. And that got me 10,000 resources. Hooray! Okay. Now, will that be enough? I think that's the key question. Will that be enough? Because I have some prefabs here that I put together between streams, ready to be installed, but the problem has been that I just haven't had the resources to do it. So, let's check the cost. Broadside Gatling cannon. Let's see. Cost me 1,325 to place it. I think that's affordable at this point. Yeah, I can install these things. Broadside Gatling cannons. I think I'm definitely going to install these things. Enemy within X range, charge warp drive on nuke, teleport it into the target, and use control block will detonate. Yep, that combination should work okay, actually. So that's a pretty good combo there. Now then, press N. I'm going to tear off the simple ACs. Goodbye, side guns. Yep, go away. Go away. Go away. Ah. Well, that was being stubborn, but no mistake. Actually, the one on the other side as well. So let's get rid of it that way. That one's gone. Right. This one's not wanted to go away either, so yeah, get lost. Freaking stubborn turrets. Not wanting me to scrap them. Ugh. Of all the cheek. Right, where do I want this thing to go? Actually, if I put it over here, it's right by the ammo stores. That's not ideal. What is Gatling about them? Well, they fire extremely quickly, so that's what makes them a Gatling, actually. I mean, it looks like a big cannon, but you've got to remember on the prefabs, it doesn't show you things like barrel settings and things. So, you can't see what this gun is set up to do, basically. See, where's the end of it? There's the end of it. Click, click. So it's meant to be like this. Let's drop it down to here. About there? Yeah, about there. Okay. Just opening a hole in my underside armor to mount these things, because they are kind of nasty, actually. There we go. But yeah, these things are actually 6-barrel rotary autocannons, so yeah. And all the fun things that entails. Now, will that mount properly there? Should do. Should be like that. That will fit right there. Okay. Now I just need to mount one on the other side. Is that the right place? Yes, that is the right. Okay. Up flush against the side hole. There we go. So there we go. 2 side Gatling cannons. Yeah, it is really small. It's only 36mm. So, yeah. That's that. Okay, let's see. Place prefab. PD Gatling ammo set. Right here. 2 shell types installed for this one. So this can go like that. So there we go. This thing works with low velocity shells. One of which is, well, they're both inertial detonators, but one of them is inertially detonating fragmentation shells, and the other is inertial detonating high explosive shells, complete with tracer to improve accuracy. So, yeah, it's got a few bits and pieces going on in this thing. Let's see, it was the side mounts, I think it was. Yes, it was. HE warhead. HE warhead. Assign 1 per loader, like that. So that's loading up, and then assign the rest to the frag shells. So that's loading up that one. Okay. And then same configuration here. A portion of them carrying the HEs, but mostly the frags. Like that. And then assign everything else to... There we go. Okay, that's going to get those loaded. Right. These things are only really good at very close range, like a couple of 100 meters maximum, so don't expect any kind of long-distance combat out of these things. They're broadside, point-blank Gatlings. Well, it mixes up the damage types, and the second shell carries visible traces, so it improves the accuracy of shots following as well. And this is basically a short barrel cannon, so you know, it's more accuracy is better. Let's put it that way. Plus, it helps all other projectile weapons on the ship too, so there is that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. It's got a local weapon controller configured there. I need to set those guys to... Oh wait, that's a failsafe. Don't need a failsafe. I need a flipping wireless transmitter in place there. So there we go. These guns are now live and armed. Is the HE effective at such a small gauge? It does something. Not much, but it does something. It's down here. It's 36mm shells. Yeah, it still does 36 damage in a 2 radius, so very, very light, very small. So barely anything really, but it'll still help to weaken things, and it'll knock out things like air balloons and stuff like that. It'll damage exposed parts. So that's why most of these shells are actually the fragmentation type. The HE is there more as a support type than anything else. It's not meant to really do anything kind of knocking out by itself, it's just too weak, to be quite honest. Let's put some like this. Yeah, it's funny what you forget sometimes, but really this thing is built, as I said, it's for point-blank broadside, so accuracy doesn't really matter, but what it does is it pumps out a huge, huge volume of shells. Like there's no tomorrow, like they're going out of style, like it just doesn't care, because it really don't, because they're only really 36mm shells, they are incredibly cheap shells, so it can just smash them out and it will barely make a dent in most ammo supplies, you know? So it doesn't care. It just like, here, have 3 high explosive candies. Or, has yours got small pellets of high velocity fragments in them? I'm sorry, but they can't be refunded. So, yes, stuff like that. I need to reshape the arming on top as well, but I've got these things now. Let's add in some diagonal beams just for the shaping. And downslope the sides there because I need to make sure it's all covered. So, again, thin layers of armour on this thing. Yeah, basically it pumps out so much it acts like a can opener. That is literally the best way to describe it. It does so much, it's literally a can opener made of flying lead. And a pretty darn effective one too, actually. I mean, I tested it against 3-meter thick metal armour and it just chewed straight through it. So, you know, it can do a bit. It can do something. And that's all I want from it, really, the ability to do something. Ooh, it sounds like I've got some volunteer. Ooh, there's a... I do believe that's a marauder. I feel a sudden weapon test coming on. Oh, that poor marauder. First thing first, though, I need to get an AI configured to properly guide these things. Like that. Yeah, quantity does have its an effect all of its own, but you've got to try and do at least something to help it out. Let's see, I want a 360 camera, no, a 90-degree cam. Actually, I want just a gimbal tracking cam. And a gimbal track radar. A visible camera. Click like that. Yep. Yeah, definitely the best of crash of test machines, really. I actually test a lot of my stuff out against marauders, to be quite honest. So I'm happy to see one here, but there we go. That should give me enough tracking for this thing to operate at its designed angle. Yeah, I do think that's a Marauder. Yeah, it's got a single high caliber shell, so let's get in there. Full throttle ahead. Oh yeah, my engines are on the fritz. Full cruise control ahead. There's the cruise control. Here we go. Forwards. Yep, definitely a Marauder. I don't, actually. If you mean how the turret on top has got its own built-in tracking systems, that's because it's an emergency turret that's meant to be just slapped down onto the ship in an emergency situation where I need more guns yesterday and don't have time to build anything. So that's why it's got its own built-in tracking set. In this case, the Gatlings don't actually have their own tracking, and there's no tracking built into the side of my ship either, so I needed some tracking systems in there, and I just put it in next to the guns. So, you know, let's turn. It's only good for a few hundred meters, but it's not doing a thing. Well, the emergency cannon on top is doing a thing, that's for sure. Right. This thing's a very, very short range. Are you going to fire at all? I think there may be some bugs to work out, to be quite honest. Probably is. But I know I've got these things configured properly, so... Is it just not noticing? Hang on. Right. Something is not working in here, so let's check it. Not all these weapons can aim at the current target of the AI mainframe. Yes, it can. You got a good angle on. Oh wait, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. Right. Let's turn. What's your firing limit set to? 160 meters. Yeah, that is just flat out distance. Okay, I need to double check the shells. Right. I said they were short range. I meant it. Yeah, effective range 162 meters. Yeah. Belt fed? No, they're small belt fed, so, and my ammo reserves are full, so they've actually loaded up by now. So they've got full magazines. They should be ready to roll. Let's check it. Why are you having some problems there? It should be good for me. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, it's just being a bit uppity. Right. Yeah, take that. They're just lousy, it turns out. Yeah, it's just literally a lousy shell. But yeah, they have got quite a wide angle. I just have to get really, really close to use them. I'd forgotten how close. Wow. But yeah, basically I just shredded his entire side with that one. So... Okay. Let's turn myself around. I'm turn off cruise control actually, so that'll stop me from moving. Well, I'm dropping high explosives on it now, it seems. There we go. I wasn't planning to use those, but whatever. Whatever works at this point. The Gatlings didn't work quite as well as I thought they might. Oh, there one goes. Straight through the side, keeps on shooting, and then it stops at that range. So yeah, it's just absolutely the range of these things. It's awful. That's the entire problem with it. It's just... Oh wait, no, the enemy's dead. Okay, never mind. Right. So yeah, these things are just awful in terms of range, it turns out. I have to get right up close to the opponent before they start firing. That's not as intended. Oh dear. Anyway, right. Can I do the adventure with a boat? Bow? Do you mean a boat? Yeah, I'm thinking of swapping out the ammo. Yeah. Let's see. Let's check the ammo. I've got the inertial fuses back here. Problem is I built these things for the rate of fire, so these things are very fast firing, and they hit very hard, as you can see, with 4 shells. Too small. One of these shells has... just one of these frag shells can do nearly 1,300 damage. And they fire extremely quickly. So yeah, potential damage of one of these shells is 1,300 odd. So, really powerful. But I'm going to drop that damage by a quarter to get more range out of the darn thing, because that is kind of important. Strange thing, as it turns out, but yeah. I'll reduce the firing speed by adding more... Did I drop the powder in the last one? No, I did not. Okay, right. Effective range is now 258! Woo! 258. What happens if I added a composite head to it? 380. I guess that's it then. Double gunpowder composite. Wow. That's a serious downgrade in punch, but a massive boost in range. So. No point in even having the initial fuse on this anymore. Let's get the... where's the tracer? Put in the gunpowder. Add in the tracer. There's no fuse anymore. There's the colour. And let's switch it to an EMP warhead instead. So there we go. Okay. Shells edited. The HEs are now EMPs. And... yeah, frag is more flexible, and frag with a inertial fuse can blast, well, still detonate against shields, so, yeah. Yeah, 383 meters now. That should be a bit better. Well, a bit better than what it was. 160. Yeah. Nearly double the range now on these things. So at least they'll be useful-ish. Shame though. I rather liked the can opener effect these things had at close range against large sheets of metal. So anyway, there's no more enemies around right now, so I guess it's time to hit another red. Let's go that way. And my drives are still not working properly. Cruise control it is. There we go. And we'll just have to see how the... Oh wait, let's force a reload on these guns actually. Let's force them to reload. A 36? No, I want you to have a 35. No, sorry, I want you to have a 36 again. There we go. And that's flushed out the ammo magazines. And then do the same to this one. Drop it to 35. Then drop it to 36 again. So there we go. Okay, that's refreshed them both. And I went straight past the portal. Yay! I am most competent captain ever. Oh well. Oh, and that put me straight in the water. Of course it did. going well. Yay! Right. Right, let's cut engine power, like, right now. So, engine, go away. Thank you. Right, that'll give me a chance to freaking stabilise. Right. I have no idea when it's going to be. And for some reason there's fire under the water right now. But anyway, I need to get airborne again. So, let's get the engine back in. Full power, and the refinery is about to go bang because it's underwater. Yep, there goes the refinery. Not managing to lift out the water though, which is kind of worrying. Yeah, I think I had to add balloons as an emergency measure. Emergency measure. Me and all the words today. Jeez. Hot air balloon deployers. Right. Okay, this should do it. Now let's grab that ACB, which I have rigged to the... No, that's not it. I've got an ACB somewhere which is rigged to the... rigged to do something. Yeah, that's specific. I think. Well, that's a battery controller. Oh, the heli blades are actually self-stabilizing, so they don't care about that. So if the craft pitches too much, they will correct themselves automatically. But I think it's just overall weight that's a slight issue now. So there goes my refinery again. Okay, custom controller inputs. Y. And when activated, balloon deployers. Activate. And set custom controller Y. Effect delay. 15 seconds. Balloon deployers deactivate. There we go. So right, this will give me balloons for 15 seconds when I hit Y. So rise upwards, please. Wait, what? Hearthstone is charges. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Ah. Where's my? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, they're further back. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was close. Yeah, you can rig it to the same control, but as you can see, it's now released. And oh, it's actually got me in the air as well. Right. Okay, that works. Just kind of slowly, but yeah. That'll toggle the thing, and then off it goes. And I think the ACB I was looking for is actually down here. Let's have a look. Yeah, there it is. This is the one I was looking for before. The one set to Y. So remove that one completely. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Fixed. Okay. Well, someone earlier was asking me to have the ship fall out of the sky. I guess it just came true, so... Yeah. Forward throttle is still completely busted, though. Still don't know why. Let's replace the complex controller and see if that does something. No. Now the control buttons are set, that's the thing. I mean, it's all set up already. But I can't tell what's going on with it. Unless... Oh. I see. Damn it. So that's what's going on. My cruise control is messing it up. That's what's going on. Because when I hold down that to cancel it, it runs back down, then it goes into reverse. So that's what's going on. Right. Can I get control? No, that's not what I want. So to get rid of that problem completely, I need to get rid of the cruise control, basically. Because it goes, if I keep holding it down, it goes into reverse. Right, let's get that back down to 0. There we go. Okay, I'm back to 0. Right. And there we go, it's responding again. So that was the problem with that. Okay. Should I bother installing the turreted version of those miniguns? Let's check it. Load sub-objects, PD turrets. These are basically super light turrets built around the same shells as the miniguns were. So it's designed to operate with those things. It's going to be slightly messed up by the change in the shell caliber. But more firepower, the more firepower the better, right? You know? More DACA. That's what we need, more DACA. So let's do that and adjust the controls on it. So there we go. A set of extra turrets on it. I need to get the things loading. So it was that one, and then all the rest of the other shell type. So yeah, okay. Okay, next turret is this one. Disconnect all ammo sources, grab that one. Then next, assign all to this one. So these things are going to have the wrong shells in them to start out with, sadly. Oh, that's meant to be it. Ah, here we go. Right. Disconnect all of them, grab that one, next intake, that, assign all. Yay, there we go. Now, where did I put the fire control computer for this one? Oh yeah, it's under there. And I didn't set any limit on these ones, actually. 380, Control C. Let's get this configured properly, because as we know, the shells are not meant to. Minimum range 0. There we go. Sorry about this. It's this is normally stuff I wouldn't be messing around with on the stream, but it's like yeah, more DACA, and red makes it go faster for the walk, or something to that effect. I don't. Mind you, this is called the flipping Covenant of Fire. It should be red, shouldn't it? I've got to fix that. But first, I'm trying to get all these stuff sorted. There we go, 380. Right. That's all of those weapons now configured. Right. So these are basically slow-firing cannons, which are rigged with the same shells as the Gatling turrets. Sorry, the Gatling broadsides. So they'll also benefit from the increased range as well. Knowing me, maybe blue would be better. I could use the look. You know what? Let's just go with hot pink and call it a day. Save control buttons, so they can use Y to... Wait, what? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I'm going on... I'm sorry, but I have been watching Archer's stuff lately on the orcs, like the Pain Boys and all that, so it's like, I feel right orky, I do. Made to fix your gubbins. Hiya, Sporty, welcome to the stream. Now hold still while he brandishes this massive needle at you, and don't run away, please. It'll just make me have to hit you with a giant club or something. Yes, definitely. Now then, I actually have 10,000 material in reserve right now, so I think I'm in. Since I've got backup weaponry installed, I've got the side Gatlings, I've got the backup point defense turrets installed. I've still got that emergency turret on top with a decent AP shot. Yeah, you do need random spiky bits. So yeah, what I'm thinking is I've got enough to start doing a spinal cannon to mount in the front, but the question is, what should I put in it? Really? Should I put in a particle cannon? Should I rig in some lasers? Should I build lots of high caliber cannons? I think that's my personal favourite, that one, but yeah. I need something to mount in the front of this ship. Really. And that's a portal over there, actually. Turn that way. Also, Sporty, if you did not get the comment response, because that seems to have been happening a lot of late, yes, you can vote for Surge for Saturday's stream. And in fact, because that and Duskers are the only two votes, I'm afraid I'm actually inclined to veto Duskers, because that's been going for the last 2 Saturdays. So I don't want Saturdays to turn into pure Duskers stream day, so yeah. So yeah, Surge is definitely on the cards, if that's what you want to vote for. Build a 500 caliber railgun. Still not had any enemies, but I am heading towards the red circle, so... Oh, look at that glorious sunrise. Yes. Bask in the light. Praise the sun. Oh, the light is getting a bit friendly, it is. Charge! Unless it's a nasty one, but it doesn't seem to be. It's just glancing off me mostly. I go into the light without fear. There go my cruise missiles in answer, finally. So, that guy's a good laser. I think it's a boat though, which means it might be one of the heavier versions. Whoa! Ow! What the heck just happened? I might be in trouble. Damn it! Oh. Well. Apparently he knocked straight through my armor and killed me. Whoops. I'm looking right now. Let's see. There's massive chunks in missing from my armor. I've not suffered any internal explosions. Yeah, it looks like the laser just punched through my armor. Pre-build some bigger gun for the future run. Yeah, or if you guys like, I can go into the sandbox mode and just build up the ship. How does that sound? Or shall we pick up where we left off, though that is slightly behind where we were. I must point that out. So, yeah, I think that guy had pretty strong piercing lasers and I didn't have any laser reflective shielding on me. Nah, Sorty, I was very careful about that. All of my explosive supplies are out of range of my control chair. So there's nothing close enough to my control chair to actually blow me up. Go into sandbox and build something. Okay, right. Crazy idea testing. Well, I've been thinking of building a serpentine-style ship, actually. Build a board next time. What's a board? I think that's an important question. Or do you mean a boat?
Listening.
Well, that was an explosion already. A boat? I have no idea what you mean. Yeah, all explosive sources from blocks self-destructing is 3 blocks. So I was actually configured to be just fine outside of that.
Listening. Listening.
There we go. Right. Build an Orky ships with lots of DACA. Okay. It's good. It's a good thing to know anyway, Jason, because then you can move more valuable systems and more important stuff away from where all your explosives are. So it really does help. Let's get higher. There we go. Let's hover here. Okay. I'm testing this. This is my new adventure ship. Yes. This is my adventure ship, totally. Very much so. The enemy will never see it coming. Right. What should I build then? Do you guys think I should build a boat of some kind? Would that be a good idea? Or should I try and do something else? Because, as I said, there is a boat style that I've been thinking of doing, so I'm kind of curious to do it. A surface ship. Okay. Forgive me if this is going to be kind of weird, because I was thinking of doing this for a separate upload, but now I'm actually going to do it on stream for my new replacement Adventurecraft, so... Yeah, I haven't, because I've just gone flat out for air straight away each time, so... Locked on. Okay, there we go. That's my craft now in place. Hold, rotate. There we go. So that's facing the correct way. Okay, right. Here we go. Skimmer ship. I don't really want to mess around with hydrofoils too much, but yeah, that's definitely something. Let's go for a good old, tried and true 100-meter long craft. So, I just deleted it. Whoops. This is going great. New object vehicle, click, click. Yeah, professional at work here, very much so. Select this one. You are locked in. Need to... Oh, your azimuth is already set. Okay. And there's my little ship in the distance right there. Okay. Yeah, I was planning to do a deadheady type, so... There we go. How long is it now? 52 meters long. How do you guys feel about a... No, an 80-meter ship? Let's go for a 100-meter ship, yeah. How does 100 meters grab you guys? Oh, actually, maybe I should go for longer than that. Maybe I should go for something longer than that. I mean, how big was my previous craft, actually, now that I think about it? Covenant of Flame was a 71,000 cost craft at the end. A 61-meter craft as well, okay. $140-meter. Yeah, let's go 140. So that's 30. That puts it down to 80. Let's knock 5 off this. 3, 4, 5. So an 80-meter core and 30-meter extensions. Yeah, let's go with that. 80-meter core, 30-meter extensions. Right, how wide do I want it to be? Let's check that next. I get the feeling that that's going to be too narrow. That looks okay. Yeah, that looks okay for the core piece. Because, yeah, I mentioned this might be a bit weird because I was planning to do this as a separate upload, and it's, well, Sorty, it's, you know, the sail monster I put up, and then the big rudder exploration video? I was planning to do this as a exploration of those ideas and taking them further. So this craft was going to be built on the big rudder concept. Or it was going to be, rather. Now I need to figure out this thing. Okay, circle generator. Just logging into that because I need to know how big to make this thing. Or rather, how to build it as a circle. I want... Will this tell me what I need? Yes, it will. Okay, width. 4, 8, 12, 24, 25 block width. So 25 meters wide. That's the pattern for it. Okay. Let's get this marked down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bigger is better to a point. And then it's a beep, beep. Beep, beep. Okay, that's the shape of it. Good. That's the attachment points. Width of 25, length of 13. So let's get that there. I'm just hoping I didn't put it in the wrong place by mistake now. I think I did. Did I put that too far along? Length 100. No. Yes? 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is correct. Right. Okay. Now, new object. Spin block here. That's control. No, back onto the main hull. Control ACBs here. Can I please upload my vehicle? You mean the Covenant of Flame, how far that one got? Though remember, it is slightly out of date because it got blown up after the Gatling weaponry was put into it. But it was saved before that, so it's slightly behind. Activate every input seconds. Effect range is like 3. Spin blocks rotate to 0. Check. Every 5 seconds. No, 1 second. Let's put that to second. Right. Then spin block rotate to 40. When I hit that, spin block rotate to minus 40 when I hit that. Okay, right. Let's put in complex controllers like this. Control chair. Also, a couple of people have stopped watching since we went from adventure to building, so.
Land mode standing by.
Yeah, that's a land vehicle,
Water
definitely.
mode at your
There we
service.
go. Okay, right, let's see. This should... No, that's backwards. There we go. I think this might be a good idea. Quote unquote. Famous last words. Oh, okay, right. That's working. Right. Okay. Back on the actual spin part. And I wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts me at 20 meters. I think. That's 80. 90, 100. Sure, like that. Okay, that's fine. Ew. And this is going to be the freaking prow of the ship, so... How far I was doing mirror mode. Three, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. Right. Yeah, I think now you can see what I'm trying to do with it, can't you? So it's like, ship go this way, ship go this way. So, yeah. Basically, a big rudder, except it's the entire damn ship. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that's the plan, Swordy. I'm going to put this stuff on the other end of the ship too. So, yeah, it's going to bend it in 2 points, really, and keep going. I don't know how good this is going to be, but that's why I was going to make it as a curio. Yeah, this is just one massive proof of concept, really. But I need to make sure it works. That's the thing. And I did that without mirror mode, again. Of course I did. Frickin'. My apologies for the language. Right. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a proof of concept. Because I have no idea how well this is going to work out, but it should result in a big ship with very fast turning. I think. Actually, that needs to be a downslope 3, doesn't it? There we go. Oh. Well, that went well. Yeah, it's a very different thing, that's the thing. And I've never... It's another one of those little ideas, but I'm not aware of anyone actually doing it before. Question mark. So... There we go. That's fixed. Right. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, really. At all. Okay, let's get on to the forward piece. Oh wait, I need to be back on the lower piece again for just a moment. Yeah, I've never seen or heard of it. Then again, I'm not aware of any work being done on fixed large rudders either. Sorry, on large rudders based on spin blocks that actually work. Which is why I did that proof of concept kind of theory crafting video the other week. So will this turn? No, it's locked. Will it turn there? Yes, it will. It is starting to take shape. Yes, yes it is. Right. Downslope 2. I need to check how far back this is going to go on a 40-degree angle. It might be a bit too steep. Oh, something's catching. Is it these guys? Yes, it was. Okay, that is now turning. Whee! Yep, that is looking good. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen the Manta thing. It's It's not recent, actually. That's been around for a while, I think. A little bit too far. Let's get back onto this and check it. Perfect. Okay. Yep, that looks fine right there. So yeah, that'll move as far as that and then stop. That is catching ever so slightly. But if I downgrade that to a single block slope like that... Whoops, no, that's on the wrong piece. Right, there we go. Onto this piece. I need to be very careful about this because, you know, that's what's going to mess up this build, really. If I mess up on how I'm building the hinges, it's not going to work properly. And yeah, there we go. That's a winner. Hi, Oleg. Welcome to the stream. Hey. That's looking good. Right. Let's start shaping this thing then. Blocks, metal blocks, down slope. No, I want the beams. Let's replace that and that. Doesn't need any more of those actually, so it needs now downslope 3s. I am building a ship which bends itself in half if it tries to so much as move. So yeah. I'm sure this will be very effective. A ship that breaks up under its own movement forces. At least that's a general idea. Oh no, it depends on the laser. Very much so. I think that'll be enough there. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I know that this is not exactly the most riveting content, is it? It's like, come and watch me build a ship. There'll be much clicking, and that's about it. So that's why I try to edit this kind of thing out a little bit, you know. But right now, it's since I'm building up a new hull for my next attempt at adventure, try number 16 in this particular set, you know. So I need to be a bit aware of things, sadly. Well, it's very different, isn't it? But also the fact I don't have any music on as well. Slight drawback, that. Some people prefer to listen to music and stuff like that, but me, I'm just like going, hey, let's just talk and say random things while I build stuff. So let's see, downslope 4 meter. Like that. And then I need the 4 meter wedges. And there we go, we've got a bit of a forward section on the ship. Why not put some instrumental on in the background? Why not use frequency? I could put Chaos Fantasy on, I suppose. I'm not sure how well that would balance, though. Since, well, I'm not even sure if it would capture it or not, to be honest. That's the problem. Yeah, should I try and find some music to put on? Would that be better? Yeah, it's always good to trade ideas. I must admit that one. So now if I hit that, it's like, whee! Look at me, I'm trying to turn. Look, watch me bend my spine in half. And then it's like, yay! Turn, turn, turn that way. Oh, this thing is going to be nuts if it actually works. Right, let's see. I'm only building it 8 meters down, and yeah, I'm only giving it a depth of like 12 meters though, so. How do I do it? I don't really know. That's the problem. I'm not used to doing this while people are watching it. It's like normally I just lose myself and say nothing while I just like, ooh, I'll put this piece here, I'll put this bit there. It's like bit here, bit there, bit somewhere else. It's like, whoops. I'm breaking it already. Yeah, you guys didn't see that. Nope. Absolutely nothing to see there. Nothing at all. There we go. And then I need that there. That's the hinge there. Does it still turn properly? It does. Okay. The glory of your brutal accent. Take a look at the changes of Pack 2.0. Good, Swarty. I'll have to go and check that out, actually. So, because, yeah, basically, just what I say is you won't know until you try it. So, I'm glad you tried it. I can talk about my Cosmeteer success. Yeah, my Cosmeteer quote-unquote success. Right. Well, considering the fact I managed to blow myself up in the first episode, actually, you know what? That does count as success if I blow up in an amusing fashion. So, yeah, okay. I did succeed at Cosmeteer. Well, the most important thing, really, I qualify as, do you enjoy doing it? Don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the fame. Don't do it for, ooh, I want to reach this and I want to do that, and it's going to take me like 2 days tops because I am awesome. It never works out that way. Not with YouTube. But the key thing, if you're going to make videos a lot, if you want to be successful, be honest and enjoy what you're doing. And that is the best advice I could possibly give to anyone who's thinking about messing around with videos a bit. Be honest and enjoy what you're doing. Oopsie daisy. Hey, Jabberwock o'clock, welcome. Welcome, my dear master. How is master today? Does master desire his coffee? Or his his child skin rugs. How is Master today? Yeah. I don't tend to do mods, Swilly, so, you know. That's just me, but... Well, you're not going to get many explosions here. You're going to get lots of bits of me accidentally cutting pieces off my ship, but unfortunately you're past the bit of this particular session for explosions. Because, frankly, the craft exploded. So, you know, there were explosions. But now people said just come back into it and start building, so... You can fit most of the things that you make into that front hinge section. Well, the thing is, I'm actually going to make this thing hollow. So I've got a shape forming, but it's not going to be fully equipped because that would be just way too expensive to get started out in. It'll be a beginning. It'll be a hull. It's going to have some defensive capability. It's going to be able to move, which is, I don't know, vaguely important, but it's not going to be like the be-all, end-all, this is my finished adventure craft, because as I've learned before, that is an absolute flipping mistake when it comes to me and adventure mode, so, you know, don't do it. Because if I start to go that route, I'll probably not finish it, though I admit being on the stream does kind of help a little bit, so, yeah. I'm sure I was going somewhere with this rant, I'm not entirely sure where, but all I can say is pineapples. Yes. All hail pineapples. Okay, let's see. Plenty of room. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So I've got this empty hull, and then I'll be able to fit in more weapons and systems later. So that's the idea here. Okay, yeah, pineapple pens then. Happy, Swarty? Pineapple pens to you, good sir. Yes, pineapple pens. Fear them. Yes, I have no idea what I've been smoking. Apparently it is delicious. Yeah, I usually abandon things a lot as well. That's my problem too. But, yeah, this is the front of the ship right now. This is the current nose section taking place. From what you've seen, I never know what I'm doing. Yeah, pretty much, actually. Yeah, that kind of covers it. Well spotted. Normally I go with, I've got an idea of what I might be trying to do, and that is about as far as it goes, so yeah. And honestly, that's all I need. It's worked well so far. It's got me this far. So there we go. Okay, that's going to be the top section. That's as high as the front section is going to go, roughly. Yep. Let's leave it 1 meter thick armor plating right now. So that leaves a really, really thick, well, really tall outer wall, actually. So there we go, just curving it in. Make it extra, increasing the thickness on it. Like this. Oops. Nope. So there we go. We've got a nose of some sort. Yeah. And it curves a little bit in under the bottom. I think I want to bring that in another layer, actually. Actually, before I forget again, I should probably try and find some music for you guys. Problem is I don't know if this is going to pick it up or not. But hey, we got to test it, right? Got to try it. Hi Link, welcome to the stream. What did I run into? I ran into a laser craft and it just torched my control seat. Also, I don't think you can hear the music that's playing, can you? Oh, yes you can, definitely. Yeah. Let's see. Is that too loud? Yes, that is way too loud. Okay. I think that's a good volume now. That's alright, okay. I can drop it slightly further if needed, but... Okay. Hey Dr. Typhoon, welcome to the stream. I am building something vaguely resembling a ship, so... yeah, welcome if that sounds like fun for you to watch. Too racy music. You want something calm? Okay. Facecam, I have not used that in a very long time. I think 6-7 months actually, now that I think about it. What's the spin block for? Well, that's the main body of the ship, but when I tell the ship to turn left, it does that. So the entire front of the ship shifts around. So, you know, and then it goes back, and it goes the other way too. So, yay. So basically it's just a new concept using massive rudders to form the actual surface of the ship itself. That's what the spin block's for. Yeah, sorry for the loss of stream camera, by the way.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
Oh, apparently I've got an ad on there.
All day.
I don't think that... No. That's not... Stream is still going. I am just trying to find music. It'd be much easier if I just don't get any music. How does that sound? Flipping heck. Because I don't have any music prepared, so it's like scrambling to try and find some. Flipping heck. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Am I on the right piece? Yes, I am. Okay, right. Because I want this thing to go in another rank, so... Let's drop it down to 2. Drop it up to 3. No, that's meant to be a 4. And there we go. Well, I've tried to find some music, and then it's like... Owner didn't like Chaos Fantasy. And so I tried to find something else, and it's like something I don't like to listen to, so... Problem is I've got to find something copyright free as well, otherwise YouTube's going to like copyright claim the video after I'm done with it, so, you know. I need to have something that's not copyright. Damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Right. Flipping mirror mode. Yeah, I can't satisfy everything. Never can. Eternal truth. But I can always forget mirror mode. Always forget mirror mode. You make cannons and they are too OP? How do you mean they're too OP? What's wrong with them? Okay, that'll do. They one-shot everything? That doesn't sound too bad, really. Oh, right, I'm not putting the things yet. Right. Downslope 4. Owner belt feds can actually be really useful. I mean, those Gatlings that I put onto the adventure craft before it got horribly murdered, they were belt feds, so they have their places. There's no need to call them lame, so... Yeah. Okay, I believe that is now sealed, effectively. Need to just add in a bit of extra armoring on the back here. There we go. Okay, now I have a sealed section of the ship up front. Okay, that looks okay, I think. Yeah, they have their place, very much. And it's not a question of everyone using them, it's a question of can you use them properly? And can you use them in a way that you're happy with? Yep, that turns pretty well. 12,000 costs so far. That is good. Let's start to do some things then. Okay, let's actually get some propulsion systems installed, actually. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's get some propulsion installed. I want it to be over here. Yes, that's starting to go into place. Excellent. Actually, let's make this rounded. Let's make this more rounded. Actually, no, that's too... No, that's too much. I need more space than that. Right. I guess as far as there. Yeah, that'll do. That'll be plenty. Let's see that. What are you saying about heavy armor, Dr. Siphon? No, that's the wrong place. Whoops. There, that's where I want it. There we go. Okay. Oh, your cannon with the heavy armor. Belt feds do have a really long reload time, yes. If you have built enough clips, it also depends on how big the shell is as well, because if you have a really big shell, then you struggle to fit it into the clips. So. Not much surface area there, but I guess it can't be helped too much. At least I've double stacked it, so that's going to help. So let's drop it down. So there we go. And now, water. Paddles. Let's get those lined up properly, and click, click. There we go. Big ass paddles. Well, not very big, but this is at the front of the ship, after all, so... What am I doing? Well, basically, this forward section, when it swings around, it's not just the bulk of the ship, it's also got these rudder sections underneath it as well. So basically, this thing acts as like a rudder. And I'm also going to add engine power on top of that, too, to this area. So, metal blocks, metal beam, class 4. I think here. So I put... No, I wanted metal beams, not... There we go, metal. Wait. I said a bad word? What did I say? What did I say? I did. Oh, right. My apologies. Didn't mean to. Please forgive me. I'm not usually one given to swearing at all, but you know. Actually, let's move this out one. Right. So not only will this be acting as a bit of a rudder system for the ship, just creating drag, but it's also going to act as a power source as well, which is going to spin to get it as an active source of propulsion, which is going off to the side there to help turn it. If I place a paddle on the spin block, these are dedicated head-based spinners, so no. Also, they're going in the wrong direction for a paddle. So let's see, let's rig this to forwards, backwards, check. No, wait. Yeah, that'll do it. On an actual spin block, if you put a paddle on it, depends on the orientation, but if this was a normal spin block and you put a paddle on it, you'd have to put the paddle like that, because paddle only works on the flat surface hitting the water. So that's that. Yeah, it's the same idea, except instead of having a permanent spinning force, I'm using the paddles for drag instead to help make this into a rudder for the ship. So yeah, that's that. Let's get back to the main section of the ship. If I do this, yep, see, it's trying to push that way, and it's not managing to because I'm docked right now, but it's trying to. Yeah, it's desperately trying to push it. Yeah, that'll work okay. Okay. Now, of course, I just need to give it more motor drive, so it'll be more powerful. So crank up the motors to max. There we go. And then when I put an engine to this thing, that should work quite nicely. Okay, right. Back onto the main section now, because the main section needs some treatment as well. Metal blocks, metal downs 3. Help if I turn off mirror mode again, because I forgot. Click. There we go. Paddles on spin blocks do create drag, yeah. That's right. It's as you guys have been saying, that's how the paddles vehicles, especially from deep water guard, work. I just need to replace these. Yeah, so I'm guessing it would be a good idea to have some kind of music on standby for next time I stream from the depths, or a game that might have a lot of building in it. So that way, because fumbling around trying to get it right now is just too much hassle to try and find something. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's probably going to be a good idea if I do that. find out something else I built without having mirror mode on. Okay. Yes, paddles can easily flip your boat around very, very well. Wait, so who? Yeah, see you later, Mauritz. I'm still not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry. Paddles can be extremely powerful, yes. Proper lure code, you can make ship go, yeah. Yeah, you can actually. I've heard of that one. Not really planning to. Just start your own music, and yeah. It's always good if the streamer picks their own music, but on the other hand, as you said, everyone likes their own stuff, so let's see. I need to get these things secured. There we go, that's the front section secured. Good pronunciation. Mauritius. You are Mauritius. Sounds a bit like a cat sound, that. Meow. Meowitis. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, from now on, you are Meowitis. Whoops. Damn it! Darn it. My ship! My beautiful ship! Oh, that's the perfect way to end the stream. Because we've just hit the end time of the stream as well. This always happens to me. God. Oh. Why am I even at the bottom of the ocean? Where's my... I accidentally delete... Did I accidentally delete my... No, it's still there. Teleport to you. No, I'm not gone yet, people. I'm not gone yet. But this is about the time I said I'd end the stream. Oh, you know, should I just load in one of my existing holes? Would that be a better idea? Just turn you off because you're useless now. Flipping heck. I've got some old holes I've never actually used for anything, so let's have a look at those, see if they'll help. Let's have a look. Hey, this is my professional YouTube efforts at work. Yes, very much so. What do we got? We got the DD, no. The escort, no. The temporary hold, that's not one of mine. I guess in this section the DD is probably the best, but it's a 5,000 resource hull, so it's not going to do the trick at all. So yeah, this is just a really basic hull I built to spawn in on the Quest for Netta campaign right at the start. Basically, it's very adaptable, but very small. Too small, too light for what I want for it, so no, not that one. There was something else. Prototype section. I've got too much stuff. No. No. This is why you love me, because I just don't get mad about it. Even when I basically just messed myself up completely. Yeah. Bomb, monolith. Oh, that's that turret. No. Macro big hunter, compact junker. Well, that is a blank hull, I think, but it's not appropriate here. Yeah, this is again something for early in the Quest for Netta campaign. It's not really suitable for an adventure mode. Not this one. Still, there's an interesting little ship that's never been shown to anyone, so yeah, whatever. Let's have a look. I have got FNAF 3 actually. Oh, here's a blank. Here's a blank. The Juggernaut. Named quite deliberately, but this is the Juggernaut. Basically a very stable, heavy class hull, which never went anywhere. So it's very incomplete, but it's basically operational. It floats at least. No, I don't mind building out of wood. It's a good cheap early material, but in this case, because I'm going to be cheating in some resources for the start of adventure mode, it's okay to do with metal. But yeah, I've got a basic hull here. It's got two side sponsons, which are mounted on by these side attachments. It's pretty big-ish. It's got some... I did start to fit it out, so it's got a massive ammo magazine in it. Yeah, it's got a really big ammo magazine in here, but it's not been armed up at all, and it's so old it's got the previous version of engine installed. So yeah, it's been a while since I've worked on this one. So yeah, that's one hull I've got. The thing is, I've got a better hull though, and for some reason I've got a massive cannon shell right here. The heck? It's a 500-meter cannon shell which has 172-second cooldown. Oh, jeez. That's a shell I think I'd never finished, to be quite honest with you. It's a pretty bad shell. But yeah, that's one hull I've got lying around. I've got more though. Hunter drone, hoverbug. No, too small. Guard Slayer. Nope. Nope. The start of the Gargantuan. Heck no, that wouldn't fit in. I mean, for a start, it's like 1.4 million in resources. That one. Actually, let's just load it in so you guys can have a quick look at that one, because this is turning into a bit of a show and tell. My FPS just dropped to 6. Then it drops straight into the water. FPS is going critical again, but yeah. This is yeah. The thing is, this is just the outer hull. It was just after heavy armor came out. I was working on a battleship with a heavy armor hull on it. So yeah, it has some large caliber cannons on it, but basically this thing is actually hollow. I never got very far with it, but that's just the outer shell basically. I think I better clean out my vehicles before I crash myself. Destroy your vehicles, yes. Okay. So yeah, that's what I did when heavy armor first came out. That thing. You can see how far it went. Let's see, the Forbidden... Oh yeah, that was that submarine I was working on. Yeah, that was an old submarine design I started to work on. Never finished it, but again, it's basically just a shell at this point. So yeah, this is a submarine I was working on a while back. The Forbidden. All this work ever got out of it was a screenshot. But yeah, this was supposed to be a submarine. I've got much better at designing since I tried to build this thing. But basically, it's got an upper shell and mostly complete, and then it's just completely hollow inside. It's like a desiccated insect, basically. But yeah, that would have been a sub. Unlock that. Yeah, this is what happens when I just start sculpting holes and things. So, That's not what I'm after either, though. That's a submarine. I don't want to play that in adventure mode. Build pads, another Slayer version, the Blitz, the AM2, the Aeroblaze. I think that's an old ship, actually. No, that's not what I want. Gen 5. Tide Rip. Oh, this is the one I was looking for, the Tide Ripper. 72,000 points. So this thing, I built this thing before wedges came into the game. So it's a bit of an odd one. But the basic hull by itself is 72,600. And it's mostly hollow. But if I load it in, this is the one I was thinking of. So yeah, this is the Tide Ripper. Or so I called it. Very sculpted, angled shapes like this. And its main distinction is how, well, I called it the Tide Ripper because if you look how it's angled, it goes along the sides like that and then it sweeps down the edges there. So it pushes water aside and under it, that kind of thing. At least that's how it's meant to be. And then it goes, here are the engine pods back here with all the propellers and things in it. But this is what I was thinking of when I was thinking maybe I should spawn in a ship kind of thing. And it's got these forward sponsons which are just floating next to it basically as well. So that's another nice little feature I like of it. Suspended turning propellers that aren't actually attached. So yeah, you can see they're physically not attached there, but they are still a part of the ship. Let's see what. Oh yeah, I remember this is one of my experiments into affordable armor layering. So this thing actually has really thick armor. This is the ship where I came up with the metal sandwich as a lightweight, effective passive armor defense. This is also actually the ship that made me use it on the cookie wagon. Because I tested it out first here on this one. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Probably not. Yeah, 80k for the plain hull. It's a bit costly because of, well, as I said, it's got extra thickness. If I was going to spawn this into adventure mode, I'd probably tear out the extra layers of armor on the inside layers. So I'd have the outer hull, but that'd be gone. It's got these wood baffles in the middle. I forget what the proper name is. Bulwarks? Something like that. I forget what those are called, but it's got these separators to keep the air separated throughout. And then back here, it features a heavy armored core which houses the internal ammo supply. So it's got the ammo supply back there and the fuel storage tanks as well. But yeah, this is another ship that I don't think I've ever actually shown to anyone outside of a screenshot or two. And the other thing it's got is it's got pop-out torpedo launchers, actually. So yeah, it's got pop-out torpedo launchers. Long-range torpedoes too. They are connected to this place here, and built into the armor layers at the back, right here, are some hidden torpedo launchers. Let's see if I can override it just to get them out to show you. Turn that off. Turn that off as well. There we go. And there, see, it just emerges, and there's two long torpedoes just, yeah, bulkhead, that's it. So it's just got this pop-out torpedo system in the back of the ship right there, which pops out when the enemy gets within 3 kilometers and then spits out a bunch of torpedoes at them. So, I did play Fallout 4, and I did record it as well. I actually started to record it, but nobody was watching it, so... Oh, and my computer was not really good at doing it, so... Yeah. Well, really, I wanted to, it's because I wanted this thing to be flush against the hull when it was in, so hopefully you guys didn't realise there was actually a torpedo system here until I told you and popped it out. So let's pop that back in again. There's the controller. There we go. And now, there we go, it's now flush against the hull again, just like that. So there's nothing to show it right there. So yeah, that's the rip. No, that's not the riptide. What did I call this again? I forgot what I even called it. The wave ripper, that was it. So yeah, this was the wave. That's the wave ripper hull. Probably I think that's the best of the blank hulls I've got lying around, to be honest. You can see how well I've done just not managing to complete projects, can't you? Hoverbug, the herring. No. Right. Solar campaign. Razorbacks, monohulls. No, all these are out of date quite a bit. Oh yeah, the old laser compact design. Yeah, this is why when I say I'm building something, I don't say I build the hull, I sculpt it, because I just keep poking and prodding at it for... What was this one? Oh yeah, this was an old attempt at a thrustercraft, actually. Not appropriate here, but it's like... I was trying to get the shape down. But this was before before I learned about PID stabilization, so I was attempting to do manual control on this thing. So, but this is basically a thrustercraft. And I was planning to do kind of a faction themed on this, but I never got around to it, so I forgot about it until now, actually. What do you mean I'm building ships backwards from your point of view? How dare you? No, seriously, what do you mean? Oh. Goodbye. Goodbye, CK. Just flying away. Yeah, it's very distinctive shape. I've got Subnautica. I've not touched it. I was thinking of maybe recording it, but I just left it in my library because, you know, computer was too bad, it couldn't run it. But now I've got this new machine, I can probably do it. So yeah. There's no way I can bring these in, because these are... This thing dates way back. This is from... I think I've probably shown this on stream at some point, but this ship dates all the way back to... Yeah, this ship is my ship from my very first FTD campaign I was trying to record. The Locust. So, yeah. Yeah, you build main weapon first, secondary engines. Yeah, I normally build that way too, but when I'm specifically trying to go for a certain appearance, then I actually build the primary elements of the hull first. Then I start putting stuff in, so... Yeah, it depends on what order I'm trying to build. Sometimes I build forwards, sometimes I build backwards, sometimes I build side to side, and sometimes I build on a different planet because I'm just completely nuts like that. So, you know. Things like that. Yeah, I do get the feeling I have actually shown this to you guys before. Oh no, the radar is really tall, but it's really light as well compared to the craft. But it's also got a party piece as well, because the purpose of this craft was... Now, you haven't seen the party piece yet, Swarty. I get the feeling you might not have seen the ship if you're saying cut the radar tower off it. Because this was supposed to be complete the entire campaign map without having any of the ships, just one. So yeah, this is kind of old at this point, and it's broken, it doesn't work. But as for cutting off the radar tower, I need to find the control blocks involved. Where are they? But you can see spin blocks are present, so... Where did I put the ACBs? I know I put them somewhere around here. Ah, there they are. Right, okay. Here we go. Right. Turn you off. Turn you off. So... Yeah, that was it, yeah. Yes, it does. That's the party piece of this ship. When left to itself, it had the radar tower up, but when it got into a battle, it collapsed the entire thing down for safety. So yeah, it's got a folding radar tower on it, and it just flips it straight down like that to get it out of the way so the enemy doesn't shoot it. Oh, and there's my little C-shaped ship just cruising around. So yeah, that entire tower just collapses when there's any battle going on. Because you don't need long-range radar when you're in a battle, to be quite honest, so yeah. Yeah, this thing. It had a drone system on the back as well. It actually carried two tiny aircraft drones. And I think... Yeah, I was rigging this thing for a mortar system too, but looks like I didn't quite get around to it. That was in the back there. Let's destroy everything again. Right. But just for lulz, I actually yanked that cannon off a different ship. So that cannon came from somewhere else. Well, the forward cannon, rather. Oof. Yeah, raisable periscope with a wireless camera. That's good. Don't want that one. Tournament designs. Survival recording. Oh yeah, here's the Discovery. The ship that broke the previous season. And there's the Granddaddy, the cookie wagon, right there in all its glory. Its sloppy shaped, messed up glory. The cookie wagon was such a mess. But it did the job. Can you make EMP mines? Yes, you can. You can make EMP mines. But yeah, this is the adventure craft from the previous season. Most of you have probably seen it, but, you know, it's always good to have a bit of history lying around, you know? There we go. And it lifts up into the air. That was the pinnacle of my YouTube career, actually, when this thing was in the skies. I actually got a comment on the stream last week saying my vehicle was becoming too like the cookie wagon. But I think the cookie wagon was slightly better than the craft I was driving around in earlier before it got blown up, so, you know. Even though it's completely shot to hell and jammed full of incomplete technology and all that. Excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a look at this thing. Right. Destroy it. Yep. I'm looking for blank holes. I don't think I have any more. That's the problem. Backbreaker, Bombardier, Dagger. Oh, that's one I never finished, actually. The Dagger Corvette. So that's another blank hole right there. Never really did much with it, but it's something different. Thanks, Typhoon. So I've got that. Nope. Cursive? What was... Oh, yeah, that was my attempt at a plane. A quote-unquote plane. Didn't really work out too well, that one, but... yeah. It's something, at least. So. Actually, no, that's... I just built it out of single blocks because it's a temporary filling on it. I was planning to replace it with beams, but it's another one of the designs I just never really got around to using, really. So
Listening.
go away. Right. I was going downwards. The Infernus, no. The Mega Metal, I was building that with someone else. It's also an aircraft. That was my attempt at a satellite. Waterlogger. Oh yeah, Waterlogger was my first ever submarine. Might as well spawn that in, you know. For posterity of the channel. This was my very first ever submarine. So, yeah. Another really old thing but at this point. That's no longer functional because of the engine changes, but it worked. It could go places. Yeah. Wow, I've really turned this into a show and tell now, haven't I? It's been half an hour. Flipping heck. Oh yeah, this is where the front cannon of that of the Locust came from. Yeah, that cannon right there. Whoops. Doesn't matter. But yeah, this thing was built as a very heavy defensive craft, massive cram cannons and things. And this was back before cram cannons were cram cannons. It was actually it was just yeah, this thing was back before cram cannons even became a thing. And it was all rounded, but since then it seems to have been affected by the block updates and things because it wasn't wood like this. It was actually rounded. But yeah, it's just a very odd shaped thing. That, mm. Let's see. The Wanderer. Where was this one from? I forget. Again, it's with the block updates that happened a while back. It's got lost. Yeah, as you can see, it's meant to be like rounded edges, but it's lost it all. So yeah, there was some bugs a while back changing around the IDs of certain blocks when wedges were being changed around. But actually, is this one mine? Yeah, this one is mine actually. Hmm. That is really old, that as well. Oh wow, the reclamation hub. That is really getting old now. Yeesh. Then of course there is the Cantankerous. Probably my most popular upload ever on Steam, which actually isn't saying much, but perhaps I shouldn't have done that.
Listening.
Um,
Listening.
destroy everything. Yes, get rid of it. Thank you. Load in Cantankerous again. This is one of my early attempts to try and build a ship to go out onto the workshop. So this is meant to be a mothership Starcraft. Very flawed, but you know, it's got a very distinctive hull shape on it too. So it's got light armored top surface, metal hull, twin cannons on the front, light cannons, anti-aircraft guns on the sides, refineries included, big power plant, radar, massive broadside cannons on the back, docking points for supporting ships. And then the distinct thing about it though is if I go underneath here, this is actually the underside of the ship, this entire section here. So it's got sunken torpedo system there, and then it's just built into this massive like curving shape at the front, and that's I think the most distinct thing about this particular craft. Rear torpedo tubes. So yeah, let's caps lock this thing out of the water to actually get it clear. That is the front profile of it actually, like that. Very long, thin prow. Yeah, I told you this is a mothership style design, so it's meant to be able to do a bit of everything. It's just unfortunately it's got a teensy tiny flaw, as in it tends to violently explode. Its armor isn't very good, so as you do. Just let that sink back into the water. It was also had to be very heavily weighted towards the bottom, so it's got a massive weight in the keel because its very narrow shape makes it very, very unstable. Without the weight, it just wanted to roll over on its side, basically. So, yeah, that wasn't exactly good. Armor testing set. Oh yeah, the anglefish submarine. I remember that one. Right, it's got the tanks. And then I'm back up to where I started. Yeah, so yeah, it's just a massive capital ship. And then I've got all the stuff I've never actually sorted as well. So, I've got all this stuff. No, it won't turn over because I weighted it, so it won't. But the wars. Oh, I've not looked at the war spice in ages. This is again from a very early season when I was trying to record the campaign. This was what my main attack ship in the quest for Netta. This thing. It's narrower than I remember it being. Also, this was before cram cannons came in as well, so yeah. And it just randomly exploded. Oh wait, yeah, it's got a Hearthstone in it. I forgot. Yeah, it's got a Hearthstone in it, but its engine is broken, so the Hearthstone is just going to randomly blow itself up. But yeah, basically this thing was built as a really fast, light craft kind of thing. Yeah, it keeps blowing up, but the Cantankerous just keeps repairing it, so I guess that's a win kind of thing. An overkill cannon? Can't say I have, not really. I wonder if I've still got, that's the Driftwood set, Constructors. Yeah, that's true actually, there is no such thing as overkill. Prototype Scout, no. That's the RTG Cheetah, you know, the one I've been using to... Yeah, the RTG Cheetah there, that's the one that I've been using to try and, well, get resources spawned in, some NPC ships. Very old ship, that one. Some patrol boat mini forts. Harvester hubs, heavy crew. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is another incomplete one, which is quote unquote a heavy cruiser hull, but basically this thing was built to try and use shielding. So each of these little pods actually houses shielding, so this thing was completely covered in shields. But I never properly built it, so yeah. Let's kill everything again. I don't think I've got much more I'm going to try and show you guys right now. So the Harbinger. No, that's just a turret. No. The Death Trap. Oh, there's that defense laser. Breaker, boating boat face. Oh yeah, that's a submarine. That one. What was that? What was it? Reclamation hub. Oh, here we go. The original reclamation hub. My first ever fortress. It was rounded until they did the entire block mess up thing, so it's now squared off. But it was sloped and rounded, this thing. Well, as much as it could be, because this is before wedges and 2-block slopes even came into the game, so, you know, it was built with 1 blocks. Yeah, this is my old fortress, again, in a campaign recorded, so... It's a thing. Let's put it that way, it's a thing. I didn't know how to use lasers properly at the time, so the laser is actually rubbish, but the cannons were really good. They were rapid-fire, high-caliber death machines, basically, and it could always bring at least 4 of them to bear on anything that approached from any direction. So it did that, and it also had thick all-around shielding as well. So this thing was a beast back in its time. Though sadly, updates to the game since then have broken it. So yeah, that's one last piece of history for you guys. A very, very old fortress, which is nothing like what it looked like in its prime, but still there. So yeah, it's time for me to call it a day on the recording as well, since I'm just hitting. I've gone past the 3-hour mark actually. So yeah, thanks for sticking it out so long, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I've got to try and figure out what to do for the FTD stream next week. So this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time. Some other place. Some other casket sinking into the ocean, most likely. Yeah, you're most welcome, Sporty. See you all later.